Love is a way of building to a crescendo. Ride if you will, ride it with me.
Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday. I almost forgot. Wednesday the 18th of December. Happy birthday to my Aunt Tyra. I don't remember how old she is, and she's probably grateful for that. She doesn't watch these, but, you know, still. The youngest of the 4 sisters, but not a biological sister. Grandma's second marriage, and Tyra was the daughter of... I didn't know him. The only grandfather I know is her third marriage. Jim, granddad. I mean, he's the only other granddad other than my dad's father. Mom's stepfather is the only granddad I've ever known. But second marriage, adopted. There's a whole thing. It is a whole thing. It could probably become a book or a Hallmark movie, but one of the darker Hallmark movies, not one of those with so many happy endings. Some with kind of, tragically happy at the end, but you had to get there endings. It's a little all over the place. I'm not even fully aware of all of the details of what transpired. It's just a lot of waffling just to explain people you'll never meet or know. So, and then while I'm doing it, shout out to my cousin Cliff and his wonderful wife Alicia, who I need to talk to and hang out with at some point very soon. I know I've said that to a bunch of people over the years, but it's like I really need to because, I miss them. They're good people. So, Cliff and Alicia, I'm sorry. At some point we will get together and have dinner or something and whatnot, so we'll get there. And then of course, Michael, who is another cousin, first cousin, we'll have to do the same thing. He's the one who's the closest in age to me. Cliff is the age of my brother, who is 2 years younger. So anyway, my family lineage, everyone. Yay. Wonderful. Thank you so much. My entire family, who probably doesn't watch this, but so whatever. You guys now know just a little bit more. Anyway, so yesterday I had talked about the coffee families bringing me coffee because I ordered them on Instagram and it was going to be a delivery. So, and I said they said afternoon, so it was either going to be 12:01 or it was going to be 5 o'clock. And I got an Instagram message at around 3:30 saying, we'll be there at 5. So the day was long. I will say I did get my summer tires washed, cleaned up, and put away properly. So, that's good. It was a nice warm day yesterday. Today it is raining hard outside, so I'm glad I got it done yesterday. But anyway, so they got here at 5, and they are the most lovely Colombian couple. They brought us not just the coffee that I paid for, but extra tiramisu, which I am going to eat and be excited about later, and this lovely peach roll cake that looks absolutely delicious that Matt will have because he won't eat tiramisu, but it's got coffee in it, and he hates coffee. So they brought me 2 bags. One bag is in the other room as a present. This bag is mine, and I don't know if you remember their bag, but they've gotten brand new bags, and it's absolutely beautiful. Beautiful red for the Christmas season. Talking about where it comes from. This is a medium roast, and it is beans, because I believe this means ground, and this means beans. Because, they're beans, and I think that's what my translate said. So it is 16 ounces of coffee, delicious coffee. And then here it is, the serving suggestions. So 7 grams of coffee for 100 milliliters of water, which is standard. So, and the unfortunate thing is they still don't have a seal on here, so I've got a little clippy, and we'll be putting it directly into the freezer. So I'm very excited about this. Let it breathe for just a second. We're gonna do this right, folks. I'm gonna do about 28 grams, which will be 400 milliliters of water. So we're gonna have ourselves some delicious coffee, aren't we, Indy? Yeah? Yes, sir, we are. Oh, so this, I believe it's the exact same. I mean, it's the exact same coffee, just a different bag. This is naturally processed, which means the fruit is picked, and then the fruit is left out to dry in its entirety for several weeks. And then the bean inside ferments a little bit. It gets a little more funky, gets a little bit more fruity. And then they take it and they do the normal process to it. They strip all of the mucilage off and they wash it. And they roast it. 28.4, that is perfect. So I've got my clip here. I was all ready to go this time. There we go, and that'll go in the freezer when we get to that point. How are we doing over here? We are dripping, and we are ready to go. Awesome. All right, and I got my spritzer. So the water is flowing. Splits, splits, splits. Here we go. Give it a little shake. This keeps the static down inside of the chamber here while it's grinding. And it also means that some of them do stick to the chahi, so you gotta kind of scrape them out a little bit. I'm gonna put this down to about a 9, and we're gonna grind this up now. Awesome. Smells wonderful. Got a little spritz all over my scale. Such a wonderful kind of fruity smell to it. Almost like jam. Oh, it's amazing. I'm so excited. I love fresh coffee. I love fresh coffee. Also, because I didn't know how this was going to turn out, I ordered a backup, so I got a sample 5-pack from Bones Coffee that I'm just going to put in a box and give to him as well. I don't know how he likes flavored coffee. He's an interesting individual. I love the hell out of him. He's got his quirks. He's got his set schedule. He does things in specific ways. So I don't like interrupting people's flow. It's like Matt's father. His father has this way, and if you interrupt the way, he all but shuts down. Even at nearly 80 years old, that is the way. And he's not known any other way. So I try not to interrupt the flow. And if we go out or if we travel together, I know that one small thing can flip the switch and a shutdown will be imminent. It's especially true with certain situations. It seems to escalate everything. All right, so 235 grams, we'll let that come out a little bit, and then we'll fill it up to 400. And we'll do a little bit of a swirl, and then we will be ready to coffee. I am so excited. Fresh coffee, Colombian coffee, guaranteed 100% no piss taste from donkeys. That was a story I told before where we went to Colombia. We went to a Colombian coffee farm down there and picked fairly ripe. It was out of season, unfortunately. I'm sure going up there when it was in season, the coffee beans would have been red and amazing. But as it was, the flowers on the trees, it smelled like honeysuckle. And then the ripe beans were just fascinating because they're just little cherries. They're just little coffee cherries. And they tasted like sweet grass, which may not seem that appealing, but it was actually pretty cool. I mean, I've never tasted coffee like that before. Even our friends, Jose and Daniel, had never had coffee like that before, and they and this plantation was just outside the town. But again, they wouldn't have any reason to go there unless we were, with them. Ooh, it's a beautiful, almost red color. I'm excited. So it is a medium roast. It is beans, as you saw. So, and Adam will get the same thing on Christmas on Sunday when we have Christmas dinner with his family. So that'll be fun. I'm pretty excited about that. I hope he receives it with, positivity. He can be very forward with his thoughts, and sometimes that forwardness is not the kindest. So it's not like we're due kindness. It's not like we're owed kindness for our actions, but, it's still, sometimes it can be kind of jarring, his opinions of things or his thoughts on things, where he just lets it go. So he doesn't have much of a filter, I guess. So, which, like I said, is fine. It's just sometimes it can be a little jarring, and he's not cruel or mean. His two kids are amazing, and the reason they're amazing is because both of their parents are amazing. But, there's just times where he can be a little forthcoming. I don't have a poker face. He doesn't have a poker mouth. You can read me like a book, and then he'll read you the book. So, which has its funny times, necessary times, and sometimes unnecessary times. That has happened before. But anyway, here we are. Colombian coffee. Colombia. I'm so excited, and I'm so glad. I'm so thankful for Coffee Family's delivery and their extra stuff. Tiramisu, are you kidding me? Hell yeah, I'm gonna eat the hell out of that after my workout today. I didn't get a workout in yesterday. I wanted to stream yesterday, but usually I start streams about 1:30, 2 o'clock, and I hadn't gotten anything from them all day other than they're gonna be here in the afternoon. I didn't want to start something and then have to break, because per normal of people coming to this area, for some reason, they miss our driveway because of how everything's laid out, and they went up north to phase 2 a little bit, and then I was standing outside at the driveway when they came because, for 2 reasons. One, I was pacing, and 2, she told me they were going to be there about 5. I knew they would be here around 5 or a little after because of traffic, but I knew that anyone coming here for the first time is going to miss our driveway because we're the last driveway. So I knew that was going to happen. So I walked out there and I watched them drive past me. I even waved a little bit because I could recognize the gentleman. He was driving. I knew who he was because we'd seen him 2 or 3 times over the summer, because I'd gotten coffee from him. And then we got pastries from him because their pastries are absolutely fantastic. They've got this cheese bread that's just wow, so good. And a lot of other baked goods. I've not had their tiramisu, but I know the tiramisu is going to be amazing. So, just because. All right, so I love a good tiramisu. And I've had lots of different types. Let's, as Indy plays in the background. Right? What are you doing over there? I think he's over there. So anyway, yeah, it's got a really nice kind of very light, almost red kind of color. And the flavor is very bright and acidic. It's got a wonderful kind of fruit kind of taste to it. Not quite strawberry, maybe a little bit more tinging towards a raspberry. But it's just very bright and acidic and lovely. It just tastes so good. So that's why I'm hoping it's going to be different. If he decides that he wants to open it up, I mean, he takes it home, he does whatever he wants with it. Once it's out of the house, it's his gift to do with what he wants. And I will not be upset either way. I mean, if he tries it and doesn't like it, I won't be upset. At least he tried it, So, but I won't know unless he tells me, and I'm not going to press him about it because I know the dichotomy. So it'll be his wife who will tell him if you like the coffee or not. So I don't have to do. There's a lot of instances these days of being older where I don't have to do much. I can just let the community around me make the first move, and they'll make the first move long before I will be upset or angry or annoyed by the goings on. Oh, it's so good. It's so great. And I think this is a good mixing coffee too. If you want to put some cream in it, I think that would brighten it just a little bit. I mean, it just, I don't know about peppermint. I think if I did one of those peppermint bombs in here, I think that would become really bitter. If they had more of maybe caramel, maybe? I don't know. I just don't think peppermint would go really well with this flavor of coffee. Oh, it's just good by itself, though. I really like it. Ooh, so good. Very bright, very tasty, very weirdly refreshing for a coffee. You don't really hear, unless it's iced, you don't really hear refreshing. But it's just a very, I don't know, it's just a very delicious, flavorful, bright and acidic coffee. And I'm so glad that we were able to work it out. But yeah, I've got a sample 5-pack coming from Bones of the flavors that I like. So to be honest, since this made it, he may not see it. I know it's on the way. Hopefully it'll be here by Friday. I think it was sent out yesterday, the order was. So hopefully it'll be here by Friday because everything's happening on Sunday. If it's not here by Friday, then it's mine. If it's here by Friday, I will have to flip a coin. It's just what's going to have to happen. But anyway, we'll end the same way we began. Happy birthday to my Aunt Tyra, who is older than I am. I don't know how much older. Not considerably older, but older enough to say she's older than I am. So, yeah, I was in grade school and she was in high school, that kind of thing. Or maybe it was later than that. I don't know. I have pictures of her as a teenager because Grandma and Granddad, the only granddad I ever knew from Mom's side, still know because he's still alive down in Florida. They owned a Sprinter camper. And the two of them and Tyra drove around everywhere. That's kind of how they decided when they were done with Ohio, they were going to move to Florida, is because they loved the Florida weather, which makes sense. I just wish Florida was better. They drove around everywhere, and some of the pictures had Pa, which was Granddad's father, great-granddad Raleigh. And yeah, he was something. I kind of wish I remembered more about him. He was a very interesting man. I told the story about how he had a spittoon and he smoked pipe and it wasn't rub and snuff. He had chaw. It was chaw, man. He had a brick. He bit it off. He put it in his gum and he ate it all day. And it was gross. He was a very, very skinny old man. I think he lived to be 90. Maybe 91, maybe 81. Either 81 or 91, one or the t'other. I mean, once you get that old and you've smoked and done that enough, I think there's enough cancer either supporting your life because it doesn't want to die, or pulling you down. So it's hard to tell. But I think it may have been 81, or maybe Granddad West was 81 when he died. 81, 82, something like that. And then and Pa was 90 something. Yeah, I wish I could remember more about Pa. Oh well, that's okay. Thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. Tomorrow we'll just make some more coffee and talk some more about other things. I've got letters to deliver to the post office, Christmas cards. So we finished those up yesterday. We got a stack of cards to take to the post office and a stack of cards to hand to people. So, because it's just better to hand them to people if you can. So we are definitely going to do that sometime this week. Anyhow, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day. Get a cup of coffee and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.